Let me go across to Sanjeev Singh at this point. Sanjeev Singh, your thoughts on that entire interview. Renu Mittal seems to think the BJP and the Prime Minister are rattled. She and many others are also accusing the Prime Minister today of violating the Model Code of Conduct, given that polling begins in UP and other states tomorrow morning. Sanjeev, we can't hear you. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, Sanjeev. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I just want to say that, with due respect and deference to Renu ma'am, I think it's not the first time that we're seeing something like this happen, where we see politicians using the cracks within the system. And it's only a matter of degree that we can say that, somebody did more or somebody did less. But this is definitely not the first time that such a thing is happening. But I do agree with her that, yes, the BJP appears to be rattled about its, electoral prospects in the first and second phase. Although I don't see any reason why they should be rattled, because the numbers are clearly in their favor. And it's only if the entire farming community decides to vote against the BJP that they will be in any sort of trouble in UP. And there is no such clear indication of that happening so far. So definitely, the BJP appears to be a bit rattled on what has happened. But on the whole, I don't think it's fair to say that only one party is misusing or doing something like this. And as far as the media is concerned, really, it's the game of TRPs for television channels. And if anybody else was in the position of ANI, I'm sure they would have gone ahead and done this interview.
Sanjeev Singh, on the issue of polarization, now we know that there are huge communal fault lines, unfortunately, in this country at the moment. We've seen how there have been multiple attacks on minorities. We're seeing what's happening, in the context of the hijab row. When asked about polarization, the Prime Minister said, we believe in sabka saath, sabka vikas, something we've heard before. He said, we believe in unity, in diversity and taking everyone along, something we've heard before. And then he said, again on the issue of polarization, headline grabbing politics should not be played. He seemed to be blaming the opposition for it. And the media too, he said, has a role to play in it. Is that a case of shooting the messenger? And at a time when the BJP is accused of playing communal politics, will this response of the Prime Minister cut ice?
Well, that's a very loaded question, and there is no one way to answer it. The way I see it is the fact that, the way Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about it, he's perhaps trying to convey the message that, it's not just the opposition leaders, but also the responsibility of the media to make sure that they carry out their responsibilities
Sanjeev,
in a responsible fashion.
In all fairness, it is these netas, whether belonging to one party or another, who make these remarks, not the media. We report them. We don't make these remarks.
Yes, but we carry these remarks. The media carries these remarks, and it's the editorial line that decides how much of weightage or how much of airtime should be given to a particular story or a headline. So I think it was more on that terms. But I think largely what he meant was he was trying to convey the impression that so far whatever the opposition has tried to show or deride the BJP government in respective states which are going to polls, people should not take them seriously. And I think that was the larger message coming out of it. And
okay.
I'm just repeating what I've said in the past, is that even now the BJP in terms of vote share appears to be way ahead of the opposition parties. So unless the entire farming community votes against the BJP, it is very unlikely that we will see any major change in voting patterns, at least in the first two phases.